All right, welcome to you guys on that streaming with me on YouTube Live. I'm going to share with you what we do in our chat room for a little bit this morning. Um, I'm not monitoring the questions or the comments, so if you have any questions or comments, just email me, or you can actually type them in, after the broadcast is over, and I can get back with you. But you can email me, AverageJoeTrader@gmail.com. You drop the E in trader, and you should be able to get me. Or you can go to AverageJoeTrader.com and just send me a contact request from the website, and I'll get back with you. So what we're typically doing up until the open, we're looking at the stocks on our watch list. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to determine which stock's going to give me the best, may give me the best opportunity at the open. And sometimes we pick the right one, sometimes we don't. There's no way of predicting with 100% certainty what the market is going to do. We just use all the data that we can, all the input that we can from the chart, the price action, our experience, and what we feel to determine a bias on it, so we can establish a potential trade plan. And for me, basically, if it's trading above the VWAP, I'm probably going to have a long bias on it. If it's trading below the VWAP, then I'm probably going to have a short bias on it. Even though the news may be good, it may be the most positive news in the world, but if the market doesn't interpret it as that, then I'm not going to trade it. So that's why I sit back and I wait. The first strategy I trade is the opening range breakout or breakdown. I wait for the first 5 minutes to print, let it set the trading range, and then I trade based off of that range. And that'll be the first move. And then I look for the secondary moves off of it too, where it may be a VWAP trade or maybe a trend continuation trade that I get in. But I'm going to look for the opening range breakout or breakdown first, and then switch gears to the secondary move once it sets up. So you may hear some things, may sound like I'm talking to myself, I'm thinking out loud. That's the purpose of having the mic on, because I want you to hear my thought process. No matter how flawed it may be, you're gonna want to think through these trades and think through these scenarios in your own way. Alright, so right now I don't have a personal favorite. I'm looking at X, CCJ, and AAPL. So I don't really have a favorite right now. X is sitting on VWAP at the moment. CCJ is trying to push VWAP at the moment. Apple has started to make a move off of the VWAP and this 127 level. So you can see it started pushing up already. But this is why I don't trade into the open. I just wait. I want to see it settle that first 5 minutes and then jump in. Let's see. So far X is in front of everything else. Let me write. I've got a level here at 33.89, and I've got the 50-day from the daily here at 34.02. See, make this yellow so I'll know that this is the 50-day. Yep, that's the 50-day from the daily. So this is where it rejected pre-market right here on the 50-day. So this will be a good trade, either breaking out of this, but I like to wait for the first 5 minutes to print. And maybe if we do get a push up, we can get a good base off of this level. But you don't know, this thing can wash out the first candle. Just have to wait and see what happens when the market opens. CCJ has been made me interested, disinterested, interested, disinterested. The price action had been pretty choppy here. This is one I would have loved to take pre-market, but you see it's got the, it's rejecting the moving average just like I like to see, but it was just too choppy and I didn't feel confident in taking this. And this is exactly what UA did yesterday when I got it pre-market. I got it on the rejection and traded sideways for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then made a little move down toward the whole dollar mark, and that was it. See, AAPL hasn't really done much. This has a huge float, so it may not make any moves worth me trading because I have to go in with the smaller size, so it may not provide me with any opportunities. So right now my main focus is going to be on X. That's what I'm looking at right now. Well, CCJ was showing some volatility there. We're watching X. Now X does have some pretty good swings in it. So if I get in X, I'm gonna have to get in with the small enough size to where I can give it 30 or 40 cents to swing with. So I may just take 150 shares on this, so that I can give it 35, 40 cents to swing if I get in X. Obviously it's got to set up. So CCJ is selling off here at the open. You see how we were running up, we were looking to open strong, and the first candle is a big sell-off. So you always have to wait. You can't anticipate. You could have easily anticipated this going long at the open over the VWAP, but this is why I don't anticipate these moves. Ooh, and look at X. X did the same thing. Oh gosh. Sorry guys. I forgot to switch over. I need to have a an alarm to remind me to switch over to switch screens.
AMD.
X complete washout. So now I'm a little bit concerned about this. And how I need to handle this. Because right now, if we get the breakdown, we've got a nice move. We got a nice window down to the red to green line and the 200 here on the 5. So just have to wait and see what we get. Let's see. Yeah, see, EA started to wake up 5 minutes before the bell rang. But you have to wait and see if it's going to give you a tradable move. Alright, so we've got the first 5-minute candle to print. Um, so what I'm gonna have to do is just I'm gonna have to wait and feel this stock out. This is really swinging a bit much. X is not, it's not proven to be a stock that I want to trade right now. So let's flip the CCJ. We're getting the opening range breakdown here. So we're gonna go in. We're gonna try the opening range breakdown. We're breaking down CCJ. I'm in at 1108, and our first target on this is going to be so looking for the move through 1090. Alright, so I need to put my hard stop in place. It's going to be 20 cents. So that if it turns and runs, I'm at my max loss stop. Trading small, my max loss is going to be $50. So this month, while we're trading small, my max loss is going to be $50 per trade. No, I don't use hotkeys. So we're looking for some follow through on CCJ, which is not happening just yet.
UAA.
So this is pretty much the action that we saw yesterday. This is pretty much the same action we saw yesterday for our opening range breakout or breakdown trades. We have the setup. It's set up. We're breaking the opening range low. So we take it below the opening range, low, but we're not getting the follow through. It's just sitting at our entry. And you see we are getting the volume coming in. We're just not getting the follow through on the movements here.
UAA.
Now, I do like to get my entries a little bit sooner on these breakdowns, but operating everything that I'm operating this morning, I may be a couple of seconds late getting the entries that I need to get, but that's fine. I'm only going to be a couple cents off. So right now, CCJ, I know we're not sitting right on 11, which is a whole dollar mark, but it's a supply zone, so it can have effect on the stock, 10 cents above it or 10 cents below it. So you see it's having trouble following through. And this is why we have, you know, our max loss stop in place, because at any time this thing, especially a lower dollar stock, anytime this thing can pop and go the other way very quickly, especially when we're not getting any follow through. And take a look at X. You know, X is not really, it's just too choppy. It's too choppy to really get in. Yet, had we not had these crazy candles, this would be a good entry, you know, here under VWAP, under the 20 to take it down. But you know, it was just trading with such big swings, just made it difficult to actually take that move. Let's see, Apple, same thing, just weird price action.
UA,
Just weird price action.
AMD,
and I think CCJ, yeah, we just stopped out on it. See, and no follow through, and then we got the pop up. So there's no follow through on CCJ, no follow through on any opening range trades at the moment. X is being X this morning. This is the kind of move that X makes. All right, taking a look at OKE. This one was on our on our watch list as well. And we just missed the move on this. If I can get it back closer to 58, I would love to get in this. This is where I would want to get in. I want to get in around 58 at 100 shares so I could give it enough room to work. This is a break. This is an opening range breakdown as well.
PBI,
Alright, so my order got hit at 58. Let me put in my max loss stop. I'm going to give this one a shot to see if we get any follow through in it. If not, then this means the market is just not conducive to the opening range breakdown trades today. Just like it was yesterday, it wasn't conducive to it. So we had to back up and punt, and I waited until later on in the day to trade. And this is what we do. Just because the market is open doesn't mean we have to trade. You know, we wait for the setups, wait for what we're looking for, and look for the follow through. We have a plan in place. My target is 57.16 on 57. That's close enough. This is where my target is on
PBI,
OKE. Yeah, Timo, CCJ may be setting up now, but it just didn't have any follow through. I didn't like the way it traded the first 10 minutes or so. We were in it. It just, right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to have any range today.
ARNC, UA,
All right, so what I'll look for, what I'll look to do here is around the $half mark. If we get to around 57.50s or crack 57.50s pretty good, I want to go ahead
PBI,
and take some profit there. I want to take half off. But we need to get there first. Right now, we still aren't getting very good follow through. We need more than 20-25 cents really to have decent follow through. So we need to get through this $half mark on down for us to really have some decent follow through here. So I'm getting ready to cover, so I got to take my I'm looking away and missed it. I have to wait and see if we get it again. We're going to react
ARNC,
around this 50 level. We are going to have some reaction around there. Alright, so I'm out half at 57.50, so I took half of it off.
Energy Minister says oil flood to disappear by mid-2017.
And I'm going to let this last half run. I'm going to see if we can get through this 57.17. That's going to be my target. So if it bounces there, or if it starts to have issues, I'll take this last piece off, and then I can always reset. And when we're done with this, I'll show you just why I chose this versus messing with X.
PBI,
X has multiple personalities.
PBI,
It can trade beautiful one day, and
ARNC,
it can trade beautiful one day, and then the next day it can trade crazy like it's doing now. It can trade beautiful one day, then it could trade crazy. Yep. Just do that dance on CCJ. You may get it. You may get it before you know it. It just wasn't resolving for me.
ARNC.
INVH looking to open shortly. INVH indicating $20.05.
All right, and here's the deal. You have, when you're starting out small, when you're starting out with a small account, you have to grow small. You have to be okay with smaller trades, because what can happen is you could sit here. I could have been sitting here waiting, and let me put my stop in real quick, because it might, my stop at this point, my stop goes to break even.
INVH is open now.
You know, I'm not gonna let it run past break even. Now what happens if I didn't take half off here and I sat here and just held it and held it and held it, and then it turned around and went
PBI.
back? It could stop me out, because my stop is not going to be at break even.
Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
My stop's going to be, you know, over the technical level that I was basing the trade off of, which will probably be, VWAP, the 20, all of this, and I will end up losing. Here I've at least booked a couple dollars to pay for the trade if it doesn't work out. If this works out the way it should and we follow all the way through, then I'm gonna have, you know, a fairly decent profit.
37.91. Getting an upgrade at Evercore to a buy. That's Charlie Oscar Hotel.
And this is the next level that I'm looking at, if we can get through here. But we need to crack and get
PBI.
away from this 57.50 level. Remember, I said these half-dollar marks, these are supply zones, and it never got 10 cents away from this 57.50 level. So we need to get away from it and get away from the gravity of it.
Elliott Management sends letter to fellow.
And then we may be able to get a little bit better move down.
Sharing further thoughts on the need for fundamental change at Arconic. That's Alpha Romeo November Charlie, letter from Elliott Management.
All right, remember, those of you that are watching from my website or from YouTube, you're not going to see the chat window due to privacy. I'm not going to show everybody in the room or their comments or their chats or anything like that. So you will see you're seeing exactly what they're seeing in chat. You're seeing the exact same thing. Now, what I want to see is this thing flush through test 57. That's what I really want to see, because if we can get a little move through 57, I'll take a quarter of these shares off and look to see if we can get down to this level here, this 56.27. And remember, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with trading small, because you have to perfect trading small before you can start trading big. The overnight wonders and the overnight success stories in this business do not last long. the same way they are success overnight, they're failures overnight.
TMO.
So when you're growing and you're learning how to trade and you're starting to grow your account, you want to make sure that you learn how to do it small. Because by me doing it small with these smaller shares, I'll be very comfortable doing this with larger shares when we bump up our share size next month.
Hertz, hearing unconfirmed chatter, activist discussing possible merger with Avis. That's HTC.
So I want to see we can get a quick flush through 57. Then I'm going to take it. What I'm doing is I'm looking for the price over here on the ask side. I'm hitting the ask when I get out. When I mark it out, I'm hitting whatever price is on the ask. So when I see this flash below 57, you know, I'm going to mark it out and it's going to hit the best price. The small share sizes that I trade, very little chance of slippage in this. If you're trading with smaller share size and you're trading a stock that has decent volume, there's very little chance of any slippage.
ARNC.
Yep, OKE is working it out. It really needs to get this flush down through 57. If we can do that, then we're gonna work. It's got to get away from 57 now. But if we get this close below this level, we've got a shot at getting through 57. We do have a shot, but we have to wait and see. It's not in the cards just yet. And OKE is a prime example of, this was a stock that was on our scan that I kind of dismissed because I didn't like the catalyst. But the 3 stocks that I had picked really didn't pan out and didn't really give me the trade opportunity that I wanted. So we were able to go back to these secondary watches
ARNC.
and use the same strategy, because I had already marked the levels on this. I knew where the levels were, and I was able to use this same strategy and, you know, profit on this. And guys, and don't look at this
PBI.
as, you know, I'm trading smaller size and I'm not really making a whole lot of money, because you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. If you don't start where you are, you'll never get started. And if you can't trade like this, because this is helping you develop your patience, it's helping you develop your skill, and you're not risking as much. And as you gradually increase your risk, you can become comfortable with it. What if you jumped in something like this with 1,000 shares? Your anxiety level is going to be so high that you may not let the trade work. If it goes against you real quick, you may turn around and, you know, get that deer in the headlights look, and it turns around and runs away from you, and you can't manage your trade, and you end up with this massive loss. So you wipe your account out the first day. So the process that I teach is starting small, starting where you are, perfecting small. If you can consistently make small profits every day over a period of several weeks, a period of a month, it adds up. And then you gradually increase it. You gradually grow. Because, let's face it, as humans, we weren't born grown up. We had to grow. We took this time to grow and to learn and to understand what this world is about. In the same way with trading. We're gonna have to have the same deal with trading.
ARNC.
We have to take our
AET.
time and we have to grow. And there's a process to it. And that's the only secret to longevity in this. Yeah, but right now, Trent, I don't have that profit stop in because I'm waiting for this to flush through 57. Because if it doesn't flush and we reclaim this level here, this 57.17 level, if we reclaim that, then I'm taking it all off. So right now I'm looking for this. It's not holding below 57. We're getting 56.99s, but it's not holding below it just yet. And so I want to cover below 57, take a little piece off, and then just let the rest of this run. And I want to get it good in the 56.90s.
AET.
So I don't have any issues covering through 56 through 57. Because what I'll do is I'll take it all off if we reclaim this level here, 57.19, and then reset for the trend continuation. That's my plan on it.
GPRO GoPro out of the Percy Lee's GoPro's Palma returns. That's Golf Papa Romeo Oscar. Shares of GoPro off the lows at $10.57. That's GPRO.
So this 57, we're in the gravity of this 57 level, and we're having trouble cracking through this. So I'm waiting for a big crack. Here we go. All right, so I'm out. I've got the last quarter left. So we're gonna hold it, and 56.27 is gonna be my final target. So now my profit stop on the last piece of my position here is going to be 57.50.
UA.
No, actually 57.30. 57.30, I'm sorry. Because if we recover here, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna get stopped out. That means we're probably gonna reclaim this level, and then I'll wait for a trend continuation trade. I'll wait for the bounce here, reject off of this, and see if I can continue to trend down. So for me, this is a textbook open and range breakdown trade. Textbook open and range breakdown trade. With it all said and done, at a minimum, we're going to have $50 profit, possibly $60. Because my stop on this last bit will be a profit stop. And I am expecting a bounce on this. I am expecting a bounce at some point back to test the 9 so I can reshort it. I am expecting that. Yeah, great trading, guys. And y'all have got some awesome trades going on. And see, this is a good example of, you can pick the wrong stock at open.
UA.
You can. It's going to happen. Because you're going to have your choice. And you have to choose which one do you think is going to set up. CCJ was looking like the best setup. Alright, see, here's the bounce. This is exactly why I put my stop where I did, my profit stop. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to watch this to see if we get a test and a rejection of this level. But the key is you need to wait. And you need to wait and get confirmation that this is going to reject. That's the key to this.
PBI.
Because you see, CCJ, this was a setup. We started making this nice move down. We had the volume I was looking for. Everything was in place. But it just got bought back up. And we're trading sideways now. So if I didn't have my stop in place, then
UA.
it wouldn't have hurt me, but I wouldn't have been able to catch this OKE trade because I would have still been fumbling around with CCJ. So you take your stop out. If it's not working, you take your stop out and then you reset. That's how we do it. You do this day in and day out. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. And you're consistent.
PBI.
And you will see your account consistently grow. And that helps build confidence. Confidence in you, your process,
SKX.
and everything that you're doing.
Skechers February 24.5 put sweep at the ask at $1.30. That's Sandy Kilo X-ray.
Alright, let's look at
Shares of Skechers at the
while we're waiting, let's look at this ARNC. Yeah, here's a potential reversal trade, but the 9 is too close for me right now.
Foreign Ministry says Mexico government will start formal consultation with private sector and other actors.
No, it hit our reversal scan over here at 10:01. We had a RSI of over 96, which meant, this is an extreme reversal, which means it's probably going to reverse relatively soon. And here it started to reverse within 3 or 4 minutes. The only problem with this for me is I need to see at least 40-50 cents when you're trading a smaller position size.
ARNC and AA. Arconic CEO says let the facts speak. Arconic and Alcoa performing well after 2016 spinoff. That's on CNBC.
See the 9, everything is still coming in. I really want to see a solid test of these levels. I don't want to jump in now. I would get back in on a rejection, on a loss of this level here. and a confirmed loss of it. But ideally, I want to see it test these moving averages, either the 9 or the 20. Based on what it's been doing in the last couple of weeks, it's been fake rejecting here and then running up and tapping the 20 and then coming back. So if I get in here, if it baits me in, I want to be in with a smaller size again so that I can give it enough room to test the 20 and possibly the VWAP before we get the rollover. But like I said, if we lose this level, and it looks like we're going to lose 57, then I'll look to get in down to this 56.20 level. So let's look at X is the last one was on our list. Now you see how choppy it is. This made it very difficult to trade. And then now X is probably going to
HFC.
be, smooth itself out. We just went red on the day, and we lost the 200 here.
Cyber Inc. low price stock halted pending news.
Yeah, this was a kind of a fake out. It never confirmed. All right, so on this OKE deal, you want to make sure you wait. Don't let it. Now, yeah, you can take a chance
ARNC.
and jump in here, but for me and my risk parameters, I'm gonna wait for an actual close below this level, and then another candle to confirm a loss, and then I will look to get in for the break of 57. But I would have a tighter than normal stop, because my stop would be a loss of this level here, that if it went back and claimed it, then my trade plan is dead, and I'll go back to waiting to see if it's going to test these levels and reject.
Acquisition of Rational Group in August 2014. That's AYA.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. The smaller size, it helps with patience, and you have to develop. This is a patience you have to develop, because naturally we don't have it. We have to actually develop this patience, and you develop it just like you would developing skill in anything that you do, any sport, any job. You develop skill over time.
Says Democrats will require a 60-vote threshold for confirmation of Gorsuch.
All right, this is starting to move a little bit faster than I want. So I'm going to defer to my 2-minute chart up here. To see, to get a good idea of what's going on. Okay, I'm going to put my order in at 57, see if we can get hit. All right, so I'm hit, my order's in. My max loss stop I'm going to put in real quick. This is going to be 50 cents. So that's 57.50. This will protect me on something, if it runs away from me.
AMD.
So that's my max loss stop. So now I'm looking for the hold below this level. Now I still have a technical stop. My technical stop is going to be a reclaim of this 57.17 level. If we reclaim it to go back to test, depending on where the 9 is, if the 9 keeps coming in hard, then I'm going to respect it. And that might keep me in the trade a little bit longer. Because right now, the 9 moving average is at 57.48. And say it comes in 20 more cents, then I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. So I'm looking for the move down through 56.27 on this leg of OKE. Now you see I was a little bit early, and I could have actually waited and got in on this candle, the confirmation candle. You know, I was a little bit early, but I would have gotten pretty much the same entry, give or take a few cents. So we'll see if we can get away from this 57 this time. That's going to be the key here, to get away from this 57 level. And this is what we do every day. This is what you see every day, all day long. Now, obviously, some days are going to be slower than others, and there's not going to be anything for me to talk about. So you may hear some funny noises, and you may hear me doing some funny things from time to time to kind of pass the time. But, you know, if there's trading going on, if the market is conducive to trading, then I'm here, you know, talking through what I see, looking for A+ setups like we have here, and, you know, looking to nail this.
ARNC.
And don't forget, the first class is going to be tonight, our first education webinar. Not tonight, well, this evening after market close. And it's going to be open to all members, the yearly and the monthly. You know, this first one I'm going to open it up to the monthly subscribers, so you can have an idea of what the class is.
AMD.
And what it's going to be about. The first class is I'm going to be covering, you know, me as a trader, my trading style, my process, you know, everything I do, everything that I did to get me to where I am today. And you're going to get that in these first couple of education webinars that we do. It's today at 4:30. It is in this room. Yes. So it's in this room because it's open to everybody that's joined. It will be recorded, and you will have a link to where you can access it after it's recorded, if you're not able to be here, you know, during that time. So the first class will be recorded. It will be available for everybody to check out. But also, I want to make this announcement. I keep forgetting to announce it in the morning. It's always lunchtime when I get to announce it. But Friday, this Friday morning,
AMD.
I won't be able to do the pre-market to build my watch list, and I'll be out the first hour to
ARNC.
hour and a half of the open. I'm registering my son for high school on Friday. We have a 9 o'clock appointment with his guidance counselor. So as soon as we get that done, I'll be back. But the room will be up. It will be open at 7:30. And I'll be good to go.
Gasoline inventories plus 982,000.
But I wanted
That's coming up in
to make sure I let everybody know in enough time what's going to happen. The target for OKE is this 5627 level. That's the target. Through 50, I will take half off again. You know, if we get through 5650, just like we did before. You know, but right now, we just need to let it work. You know, if you took the first trade with me, you know, we've got profit booked. And, you know, right now, we're sitting in the driver's seat. We're trading on the house's money right now. So just sit back and let it work. You know, our skill, we develop, you know, our skill is to trade, nail our entries,
ARNC.
nail our profit targets, or if we have to, nail our stop. That's what we got to do. That's our job. So I know we're coming up on an hour here. And so I may just stay on until, you know, I may just stay on until this trade is over. Since I'm the boss now, I can make that decision. Oh, nice. I'm sitting here running my mouth and I'm missing my cover here. So I'm going to take half off down here.
ARNC.
I'm being greedy now. That's what I'm being. Alright, I took half off at 45. See, this is what I was holding for, the 40. I was trying to be a little greedy, but that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to put my stop in to protect my profits here. So right now my stop is break even. 57. Well, I'm not going to enter it yet because I might get my profit target. Hold on. We might get our profit target on this move. Our target is 56.25. So we might get it on this wash here.
ARNC.
On the move through here. Let's see what we do. Yeah, I know, Carlos. Oh, shoot, I'm messing up here. Let's see if we can get it down. Awesome. I think we're going to try to go red on the day. I'm going to take 25 if we get a flash through 56. That'll be a point.
ARNC.
All right, we're watching this closely. Oh shoot, man, I should have clicked it at 56.05. Greed kills sometimes. Let's see if we can get it to come back down. If it get into 56.0s, I was just trying to hold it to see if I can get a point off of this. But you can see we're firing off pretty good here.
VOKEY, Volkswagen of America January sales.
All right,
ARNC.
I'm out 25 more. So we're gonna hold the rest to see if I can get 55. Yeah, sometimes traders do use. There are some algorithms that use the 2-minute chart. They use the moving averages on the 2-minute chart as well. Not as many though, but they do. So this last little bit, I want to hold on and see if we can get hit this red to green line here, which is what, around 55.11. This is a textbook opening range breakdown. I mean textbook. And we caught the trend continuation
ARNC.
trade under this level of support resistance here, under this daily level. No, we were ready to take it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this trade, if we test this, it bounces, and then we go red on the day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Coming up in 1 minute. Crude inventories plus 3.289 million. Distillates minus 903,000. Gasoline inventories plus 982,000 expected. Shares of National Oil Varco getting a pop here now, 38.01 off the low again on some report saying that Bill Ackman might be taking a stake in
ARNC.
You're welcome. You guys are nailing it. You guys are nailing this OKE. I really want to see this thing get down. I really want to see this thing get down to
plus 6.47
55.
million, gasoline plus 3.87 million, distillates plus 1.57 million. Crude dropping here, 52.85, fine. Larger than expected builds in crude, gasoline, and distillates.
So, yeah, this is what we want to show. This is a prime example of you don't need a whole lot of shares to make a decent profit a day. If you can do this once a day, take one trade, two trades, or pick one stock, trade it the morning, make $100 or a little over $100. You do that every day for a month, and then the next month you bump your share size up, maybe 50 shares. You know, you could try 100 to see how you feel, but if that's a little bit too much, then go back to 50 shares and trade that month with 50 more shares, and then the next month bump it up 50 shares. You know, however you want to do it, but you grow gradually, and as you grow, you develop the discipline, you develop the patience, and you develop the skill that you're going to need to sustain, to be, you know, successful in this, to be consistent. You know, anybody can make a bunch of money on one trade, but can you maintain that?
MJN.
You know, that's the question. Can you maintain this consistency?
$5 million modification to an existing advanced planning contract on Tuesday. It says in support of advanced fabrication of aircraft carrier Enterprise. That's Hotel India,
All right.
India.
All right. So my hours is about up. I've only got one cover left on this.
National Oil Varco.
And that the stop on it.
November Oscar Victor.
Let's see. The stop on it is going to be a reclaim of this 56.27 level. That's going to be the stop on it. So we may get a pullback and a test of this level just like we did here, and then another rollover. So if we do, you know, I want to be primed to take it. But I'm really expecting this to make the move all the way down to the 200. I mean, to this red to green line without bouncing. That's what I want. That'd be great, Carlos. Then we'd be at our max capacity just about. I mean, we had way more than I anticipated to start out with.
NOV 3910. The high now.
All right, come on down. Yeah, the red to green or green to red line is the previous day's close. You know, it depends on what side of that line it is going to determine how you refer to it. So by OKE being on this side of it, I'm going to refer to it as the green to red line, because right now we're green on the day, and we will look for it to be going red on the day if we cross under it. Yeah, man, if we can get through this 50 pretty good, we hit this red to green line, that's going to be a bingo right there. Then I'm going to do the Timo dance for real. I need to get a GoPro so I can record myself doing the Timo dance. Yeah, we can do it together. We'll have an internet flash mob. I mean, I wish I had more shares. I'd cover some more here. But I've got a hold for this move down. Got to get through this 55.43-ish. Oh my gosh. Blowing me kisses. um, yeah, I mean, it looked good at the open from a short, but that's not the strategy that I trade. That's why I always wait the first 5 minutes. For me, it's a little bit more risk to do, to jump in um, like that. It's just a little bit more risk for me. So I like to wait for the market to settle and I get a more clear direction of where it wants to go. And that's when I take my trades. All right, guys, I'm gonna be signing out of YouTube here in a few.
LVLT.
I hope you got a good idea of what happens in our room. This is what we see every day. Granted, you see me lose. You saw me get stopped out initially, but you saw me stay engaged, and that's what we do. We stay focused. We focus on trading for the skill. Using smaller size has nothing to do with you not being able to make money.
COP.
I've got, we made $124 so far. We traded on, 100 shares. And this is going to go up once we cover. And we're really not done for the day. We're going to look for these high quality setups. And, once we do that, we look for the A plus setup. And if we find another one, we jump on it. And that's just the way we do. And it's all about perfecting small. You have to perfect small before you can grow big. We all as humans started out small. We weren't born big. We weren't born walking, talking, writing, reading. And if you think about everything we learned in life, there was a process to it, and it took time to learn it. And trading is no different. We have to use the same principles that we use when we learn to read, to write, anything academic. There was a process to it, and trading is no different. We have to trust the process, believe in it. We have to have that vision of ourselves as a successful trader. We have to have that belief in ourselves. Know that we can do it. And we put all these things together, we'll be unstoppable. So I appreciate you guys stopping by on my official grand opening. So if you like what you see, come and join us. We're here every day doing the same thing. So the doors are open. Just go to my website, AverageJoeTrader.com, and under the services page, you'll see everything that we offer. Now, in the next couple weeks, we will be getting a new website. It's going to be awesome. It's going to allow us to do a lot more things. So, watch for that. That will be coming. All right. So until tomorrow, if I don't see you in chat, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I will be doing my pre-market show again at 8:30. So stay green. Remember to trade for skill, not for money. And have a great day.